Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for checking out my content. I really do appreciate it. If you are new to my channel, my name is Kirk Buchanan, and on this channel I teach people how to make money online with dropshipping. So if you want to learn how to make money with dropshipping and you're not yet subscribed to my channel, make sure you get subscribed to my channel right now, because in the next coming days I'm going to be releasing some really cool videos with some new tips and some new tricks to help you to actually make a lot more money from your dropshipping business. Alright, so with that said, in this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about some psychology, and I'm going to be sharing with you how you can actually use psychology to make a lot more money for your business. Let's jump straight into it and not waste any more time. Okay guys, so the title of this presentation is how to use psychology on people to make more money. Alright, so this is a very powerful video because the psychological principles I'm going to be talking to you about right now are very powerful. They've been proven by science to work. So I guarantee you that if you actually implement these principles in your business, you should be seeing some really good increases in your business. Alright, so psychology is a very broad topic and it's virtually impossible for me to cover everything psychology in one video. So in this video, what I'm going to be talking to you about is persuasion. Alright, so since we're in e-commerce, persuasion is very important. Alright, so because you want to convince people to actually buy your product or services, you need to understand persuasion in full detail. Alright, so my inspiration for tonight's video actually came from Dr. Cialdini. He wrote a book, it's called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. It's highly recommended that if you're in marketing any at all, you should absolutely read this book. I'm going to leave a link in the description just in case you want to check it out. Okay, so in his book, he spoke about 6 principles of persuasion, and that is what I'm going to be talking to you about. But what I'm going to be doing is, I'm actually going to be showing you how I use these 6 principles of persuasion in my Shopify dropshipping store. Principle number 1 is reciprocity, very important principle. Don't get me wrong, all of the principles are very important. So let's talk about reciprocity. So basically, reciprocity says that people are obliged to give to others the form of behavior, gift, or service that they have received. So I want you to pay really close attention to all of these words, guys. Very important. Persons are obliged to give back others the form of behavior, gift, or service that they have received. Alright, so this is how I actually use reciprocity in my Shopify dropshipping store. If someone goes to my dropshipping store and they try to leave my dropshipping store, this will pop up on exit. So it's an exit intent pop-up. Alright, so as you can see on this pop-up, they will see this spinning wheel, and if they enter their email address, they get a chance to spin to get a 10%, a 20%, or a 25% discount. Alright, so that's me giving something in return for an email address. Reciprocity is very important. You want to give away something to get something back. Alright, so you can actually take this a lot further, because I actually did take it one further step in my store. So whenever someone enters their email address and click on spin, if they land on that 10% off, what I'll actually do is to give them more than 10%. So I'll say something like, hey John, you've qualified, you've won your 10% discount, but for being a really cool person, I'm going to give you 20% instead. And that definitely wins over lots of customers, and that's how I use reciprocity in my Shopify store. Alright, so now let's talk about principle number 2, which is actually scarcity. So a lot of you have been using scarcity in your dropshipping store if you've started before. If you're just planning to get started, scarcity is very important. So a lot of persons don't even understand what scarcity does, but scarcity says that people want more of those things they can have less of. Alright, so it's a very important principle, very powerful. You may have seen it in a lot of stores and you don't even know what it's doing to you subconsciously. Alright, so if you go to my Shopify store once again, you'll see something looking like this. It comes up just below every single product in my Shopify store. Alright, so as you can see here, it's going to say something like hurry up sales end, and you can set your days or time. Alright, so it depends on the product that you're pushing. It's going to say something like only 29 left in stock. Alright, 1700 persons are viewing, 747 added to cart. And these numbers change, guys, so don't pay too much attention to the actual numbers, but this is what creates that urgency in my store, the scarcity factor. Alright, so people generally have a fear of missing out. So by just having this in your store, it's very important, and can definitely help you to make a lot more sales. Alright, so a lot of Shopify stores don't have any form of scarcity trigger in their store, but I highly recommend that you do have a scarcity trigger in your store, because it's proven to work. Alright, so person have a fear of missing out, and if you can actually trigger that fear, that emotion, then you can definitely use it to your advantage to make a lot more sales. All right, so that takes care of principle number 2. So let's talk a little bit about principle number 3. All right, so principle number 3 is authority. It's very, very important for you to have authority. That's one of the reasons why Amazon makes a lot of money, why eBay makes a lot of money, and other well-known brands and stores make a lot of money, because they have authority. All right, so if you're new to drop shipping, maybe your store is just a couple of years old or a couple of months old, or maybe you're just getting started, you will not have any authority for that matter. So it's very, very important that you actually build and create some authority around your brand. Authority basically says that people follow the lead of credible, knowledgeable experts. So I'm going to show you how I actually use authority in my dropshipping store. So I do it through testimonials, and I use video testimonials on my store. So for most of the products in my store, I actually have video testimonials on those product pages with persons talking about the actual product and maybe even showing that product. All right, showing some of the benefits of that product, showing how the product works. Very, very powerful that you use this in your store. And if you're not yet using it, I highly recommend that you start using it in your store. Authority is very important, very powerful, highly recommended. So go ahead and start using authority testimonial formats in your dropshipping store, and you will definitely see some increase. All right, so let's talk a little bit about number 4, which is consistency. This is often misunderstood, but it has nothing to do with the consistency of how much products you add to your store or often you advertise, etc. All right, so consistency says that people like to be consistent with the things that they have previously said or done. So this has to do with your customers. So when persons have actually said something or have done something, they like to be consistent with it. All right, so that's what science have proven, and that's what actually works. All right, so this is how I actually use consistency, one form of consistency to help me to grow my Shopify business. All right, so basically I want my customers to give public declaration, because I think that's what's missing from this definition here. But when persons publicly states that they're going to do something, all right, they're more likely to do it. So that's what consistency means. All right, so public declaration is very, very important, and I use it whenever I'm setting up my chatbots for my ad campaigns. So say for example, I was running an ad on Facebook. I would do a comment to messenger ad. I've created a video showing you guys how to do that using ManyChat. So in that ad campaign or in that ad copy, I would say something like, if you love this product, leave a comment below. If you want 10% off, leave a comment below, something to that effect. And once someone actually leaves a comment below, I know that that person is absolutely in love with that product, and that's public declaration for me that they actually want that product, that they're interested in getting the product, and they want to buy it. So at that point, I can reach out to that person directly in Messenger and give them that product. Say, hey, here's a product that you just commented on that you absolutely want. You can go ahead and get it right now. You can purchase it from right here within Messenger. You don't even have to leave. So that's the power of ManyChat. That's the power of comment to Messenger. And that's how I absolutely use consistency, my knowledge of consistency, to absolutely get my customers to actually spend a lot more money with me. So let's talk about number 5 now, which is liking. All right, so people actually prefer to say yes to people they like. All right, so you need to get people to like you, maybe not you personally, but to like your brand, to like your store, to like what you're doing. So how do you actually get people to like you? That's a common question. It's very, very important to know how to get people to like you. All right, so there are 3 ways to get people to like you. All right, so number 1, we like people who are similar to us. All right, so that's what the principle says. That's what science has proven, that we like people who are similar to us, similar to how we look, similar to how we speak, similar in what we do. We also like people who compliment us. So with this knowledge, it's very, very important that you absolutely compliment your customers to get them to like you more. And finally, we tend to like people with similar objectives as us. So with this knowledge, guys, very, very powerful, very important. If we actually know how to get people to like us, then why not use that power to our advantage? Okay, so use it to build your relationships by being more relatable to people, being more likable. By getting people to like you, you can actually get them to spend a lot more money with you. So it's very, very important that you get them to like you. All right, so the last principle is consensus, and consensus is also called social proof. So a lot of us know what social proof is, but I'm going to be breaking down the science, the social science behind consensus. So consensus says that people will look to the actions and behaviors of others to determine their own actions. So we tend to do this. I do it, you do it, we all do it. All right, so that is what the science actually says. So how do I actually use consensus in my business? All right, so say for example, I was running a Facebook ad campaign. I would do an engagement ad campaign and I would run that indefinitely. So I run that consistently just so I can continue to build up some social proof around that campaign. All right, so in this actual ad example right here, as you can see, beautiful girl, she is promoting this sweater, but it has 635k reactions, 1865 shares, and 1.2k comments. So an ad campaign like this has really good consensus, really good social proof. A lot of persons are taking action on this ad, and it will continue to grow exponentially because once someone sees this ad and sees that it's getting this amount of reaction and this amount of shares and comments, then they will feel more inclined to want to check it out and to see why so many persons have actually been checking out this ad campaign. So that's how I use my knowledge of consensus to actually grow my business and to make a lot more money. All right, so that's the last of the 6 principles of persuasion, guys. Hopefully you guys love the content in this video. If you did, let me know by liking this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I have some really cool videos coming out in the next couple of days.